that, to do what we want without government interference?
We're actually supposed to, not just freedom though. We're not. It's not that we're not supposed to be free. Of course, we want to be free. The thing is that we have to take responsibility.
Yes, we actually
for
need
the
laws.
planet.
We need good laws that are enforced.
Natural laws.
And now
That's what
the
this
laws,
is
the government's
natural
run
law.
by this. We're occupied. This is not our government. They're not.
No.
They're not looking out for
They're
us.
not.
They're looking
No.
out for really big billionaires and powerful forces.
But we do need to take responsibility for our planet, our water, our air.
Oh yeah, we don't want to lose
Earth.
the real
And if we
ecological movements.
If we do take responsibility for those things,
Yeah.
then I have hope. And right now we are doing that. We are headed in the right direction.
There's so many. I didn't mean to interrupt. There's so many good things that the so-called progressive movement could be. I mean, about ecology and equality and cannabis legalization and the end to tyranny and personal freedom. This is what progress is. The people that censored me at the radio show, they're not mostly bad people. They're not, diehard communists trying to overthrow the government. They're not, don't know the evil that they're actually serving. They're actually mostly decent people. They just don't realize if we could make them understand that they're pawns.
But
they're going to lose their freedom too.
But another thing is that we can't make them understand.
It's not
I mean, you
I
can
know.
sit there and talk to a wall, but a wall is not going to talk back to you. It's not going to understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
So we just have to stop trying to do that.
Okay.
And put our feet on the ground.
Yeah.
Boots on the ground, talking to people who do understand what we're talking about.
Well, we need to be living our lives. We need to be, you work it every day. You're working with your hands and your mind and your body and our souls, and we get back to earth. If we can get all people getting back to gardening and interacting with each other on the real level. And, all those so-called conservative values and all the stuff we rebelled against in the 60s, we were fooled because of the cannabis thing and the drug laws and everything. We were fooled into rebelling against a lot of stuff that would have prevented what's going on now. They used us to set this up. What they're doing now. And if people don't stop it, it's going to be permanent. So we have this moment in history to change it.
Yes, we do.
We really do. And it's been going down for a long time, for decades. And
no, I think it's been going on for thousands of years.
I think you're right. I really do. I know you said that before. And it really does seem, it must be.
Even more decades.
Yeah, there's so much more.
They're still trying to.
We don't even know the true history of the last century, let alone the last few thousand years. What really happened in Egypt? What was really going on in these other old civilizations in Alexandria? What was in the Alexandria library that was burned?
Right.
I mean, what of history is really true? When it really comes down to it, things like the Bible and stuff, especially the Old Testament, are probably really realistic. And a lot of that stuff, I mean, they weren't doing entertainment or anything back then. There'd be no reason for it. So there's a lot of validity in basic Judeo-Christian values and basic American conservatism that's been demeaned and demonized, and all of us bought into it. As far as I knew, because of Nixon and Reagan, I mean, people still think Reagan was such a great thing, and maybe he was, but all I know is he helped be the front man for this terrible drug war, this terrible anti-cannabis thing. And if he hadn't have been there doing that, maybe they would have had someone else, but, he went for it. So I can't say he's a good guy. I don't know why they said he did good stuff. I never saw it, because all I knew was he was Big Brother. He was, the really rough stuff. And he brought in a really terrible time. The 80s were terrible for us cannabis people that needed it to survive. I mean, without it, I can't eat, I die.
That's right.
I mean, and this was the 80s when this was happening to me. Right. It's like, oh my God, I was pretty much isolated. And I've been, living as an outcast, as a outlaw all my life because of this cannabis thing. It's changed my life. I would have been prosperous I would have been, you know, very much healthier. I would have been a lot.
Right.
I would have had a lot better. I wouldn't have had different reactions. I would have been able to
Well,
get in relationships I couldn't get into.
That wasn't because of the cannabis. It was because of the illness.
Yeah. I had to use cannabis because otherwise I couldn't eat. I was going to vomit and die.
Right.
But no one understood.
Yeah.
I was a criminal. I was a drug addict if they found that out. And that was really rough, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And then to get it, you'd have to go through people that really were criminals and drug addicts and be associated with things and situations that we really shouldn't have had to go through.
No.
And we want that to end. We want real decriminalization where it's not considered a drug anymore.
We want the oppression to end, and
it's an herb. It's a beneficial herb. I mean, outlaw carrots. I mean, do you know that carrots don't even occur in nature? It's a natural. It's hybridized from Saint Anthony. I don't know, a certain kind of root. I forget the exact name, but carrots do not occur in nature. They're created by.
Carrot. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Carrots
we
are
created
not
them.
natural.
Yeah, they're not natural.
We created them.
We created the sweet carrots that we eat.
Oh my God.
Yes.
I don't eat carrots. I mean,
I make carrot juice every day.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I love it.
It's good for you.
Good for you. Really good for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Something I didn't know. I mean, yeah.
I lost my paper. It blew away. Ooh, what am I doing?
Your paper blew away, or
I
is
guess.
it in your
I don't know.
pocket?
Or maybe not. I blew away.
No, really, what happened to your paper?
Up here somewhere.
You just, oh, it's in your pocket right there. I see it.
You do? I gotta come across as goofy here. Maybe it's okay. We're all humans. I mean, look at. I noticed that there's some people in some people in Congress, Senate up in Georgia. Matt Gates, I think his name is, and Marjorie Green are talking some really interesting things.
Interesting thing.
Yeah, I'd never heard of them before, and they're saying some really upfront things, and they're getting attacked and demonized majorly by the, 5-Minute Hate Network.
Because they're trying to help, and they're not part of that.
Big Pharma brainwashing network.
Right.
You know, I want to say on my radio station, on my radio show, I wish I could, but I know they take me right off the air. We are not a part of this is not part of the, Big Pharma brainwashing network. And at the end of the show, we return you now to the Big Pharma brainwashing network. It would take me right off the air.
Well, the solution to corporate-run government is natural law. It is taking responsibility for the planet and the water and the air, and
that's really being adults.
That's really being adults.
Yeah.
Right.
And they want the government to be the adult and the rest of us kids. No, we are adults, each one of us.
We try to be.
Well, we try to be, right.
And we try to have fun, and we try to live life, and and
we're supposed to have
not worry about
joy.
what they're talking about. I mean, not worry about it, and
it's all lies anyway.
And not put it out there because it's all lies anyway.
Yeah,
like
not respond to it.
Right.
Not let them
not talk about it.
Push our buttons.
Because if you don't talk about it, then it's putting it out of existence.
Yeah.
That is what I believe.
They're trying to create a reality, and if we buy into it,
and if we
feed it.
We feed it.
We feed it.
Exactly.
So I'm trying not to.
So the thing is not feed it.
Yeah. We create the real reality, which we have a whole human existence to pull on. This thing that, we have all kinds of things, all kinds of culture, all kinds of ethics, all kinds of things. Books, I mean, everything. Unlimited. Unlimited. We're an amazing human race.
We are.
The human race.
We are guardians of life itself.
I think we are.
And we are heirs of creation.
Yes, we are. Yes, we're more than they are giving us credit for. We can be more. And we don't have to be slaves.
No, we don't.
That's what somebody wants. Something wants. And it's not meant to be.
I'm not going to talk about that, though, because
seems a little negative.
No, but we're trying to get it out.
Yeah.
Instead of bringing it in.
Yeah.
And dwelling on that.
Yeah. Getting our energy back
just
this way.
Say it.
We get more
in
energy back this way.
Exactly.
By not feeding into it.
By not feeding into it.
Yes, I feel it as we're talking, as we say this. I feel that energy flowing.
Yay! I must be doing something right.
Yeah, we must be. You know, these things kind of fall into place. You know, just by coincidence, I'm here doing this, and we're doing this, and maybe people will someday hear this.
Well, I want natural law. I know he wants it because he's already been living it.
It's
you
nature.
know, I mean,
nature itself.
It's nature itself. It's exactly.
There's so much.
And it's us taking responsibility for cleaning up the oceans and cleaning up the land and not polluting.
Stop destroying it. The overdevelopment.
Stop destroying the
That's
planet.
the one thing that DeSantis doesn't understand. Probably May can't do much about it. It's like he thinks the growth is good. All the people coming here from all over the country, escaping tyranny. It's like, no, we already have too much overdevelopment here in Florida. It's overdevelopment is not good. Growth economy is not the way to real progress. We've got to find another way.
So anyway, I want to, and we will find another way.
Yes, we will.
We are on our way.
We are the human race.
And
we're
like
not
I
done.
said before, I do have hope. I've had hope in my heart for.
There's plenty to come.
For years. I mean, I don't know exactly how long it's been. Probably since I was a child, but.
Waiting for this beginning. This is the beginning.
This is the turning point.
This is the turning point. This is the turning point.
And I do want to say that this is a new Earth, and the new Earth date today is 151, and that coincides with what is today? The 31st.
31st of May. Yeah,
the 31st
Memorial
of May.
Day.
21. So that coincides with that. And Syndicate Courier started it, and I like it. So I'm going to keep it going because that's what I believe. This is a new Earth. It's a new date. It's a new beginning.
Where is she going to be running? She said she's running for office somewhere. What
She's
state?
running for governor of California.
Oh, really? Well, we need a new one out there.
She probably... She pretty much says it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Because
I've seen some good people try.
Some people, subscribers and friends of hers, friends of ours, whatever. Told her to go to California, and she went, and they set up an office for her. They rented it for the month, so she's going to be there for the whole month of June. And she said she wants to run for governor of California, but she doesn't know if it's going to
doing the same thing, same time as ours when Governor DeSantis comes up for re-election? So
I'm not sure about the timing.
Whoever would run against.
All I know is that she says she's going to run, or she is running. She has thrown her name in, but she wants to run de facto, and that means it's real, it's natural, and not part of the corporate system. So,
well, California doesn't have a governor right now. That guy is such a complete jerk. It's just off the scale. I mean, it's just ridiculous. And that guy in New York, the C guy, give me a break. Why isn't he in jail or something? Oh my God! How can you have something like that go on?
I think those people have already been arrested because she has actually written thousands of arrest warrants. And then for their copies, their clones.
And that reminds me of something strange. I heard that Marjorie Greene said. She said that 400 people have been arrested by the FBI for the so-called insurrection in Washington, January 6th, and 100 more are to be served. And I thought, well, how come we're not hearing about this? And what did they do?
Because that is, what did they do?
They didn't do anything. It was all a setup. Half of them people didn't even know what was going on. It was all a setup.
Yeah.
It was a game they were playing to try to.
It was a game they were playing. I mean, totally get
those riots and those people burning down the courthouses and cities across the country were a whole lot more insurrection.
I'm talking about the real people who were arrested for pedophilia and for drug smuggling and for, those people who are in charge who think they're in charge, but they're not.
I didn't want to believe that
Those
stuff,
people-
but it just keeps coming
No,
out.
it's true.
It's true.
It's
like
actually
perversions
true.
really
They
are
were
rampant
actually-
with the
they're
elites.
vampires.
They are
They're
vampires.
They're vampires.
They really are, and they're
they're
vampirizing our
actually-
energies too.
Yeah.
But yeah, they
can't
are,
have they can't have my energy because
and they're running on cocaine.
I'm telling you right now, I take control of my own energy. I take control of my own life force, and
Yeah.
I just have to say that because nobody is in control of me.
That's
I
another
mean,
thing happened
That's
from the
always the way I've been, always the way I will be, as long as I'm on this planet. Is nobody controls me but me.
That's another way they've
Because
come
I
in.
don't let them.
They used the drug war to come into power. They made everyone think that all the drugs were good and the laws were all wrong because they said, well, they lied about cannabis, so all these other things must good. Everyone was trying cocaine and then allowing cocaine to be. And cocaine is the drug of the elite. It's the drug of evil. It's the drug of their whole system at the top.
It
you know,
is.
Epstein and all them guys, you know, they snorted coke better than anyone in the world. And Gates and all them people. And even Fauci and all them, they're all cokeheads. They're all cokeheads.
They are.
And that's why Trump was like one of the few that didn't become one. He didn't fit in with their system. And people like DeSantis obviously are not cokeheads. It's cocaine that's running things. That is the drug problem.
Yeah.
It really is.
It is.
They are.
I know.
It's criminal.
You don't have to try to. You don't have to try to convince me about that. I already know.
I hope a lot of people come to know. I'm glad you know.
They will.
I hope they do, because
will.
it really
They'll
is
come to
real.
know.
I know. I know firsthand experience. I know.
That's like common sense.
Common
I mean,
sense.
some people have it, some people don't.
That's where
I mean,
perversions come from
like-
cocaine. It all
Right.
it created the whole thing that we're living under for the last few decades.
But I would really like to read some of this Law of the Land Handbook, Book of Ages, written by Cindy K. Courier. Like I said, she's in California right now and trying to do some work there. But this is what she wrote, and the last time I did a video, let me see, I have to go back a little bit. Last